Aloha Dota fans, more Southeast Asian action coming to you here at the TI8 Regional Qualifier Playoff Regionals. I'm Zyori, this is Trent, and that's Lumi. What do we got?
They let us out of the bedroom. We've come downstairs. After that grueling NA battle, we were able to take over. It still smells like salt in here from all the NA dose.
We've still got the beautiful jerseys, tiebreakers after tiebreakers. Lumi, welcome back. Game number 1, we saw Entity look okay, and then we saw TNC dominate. How you feeling, pal?
I'm feeling good. I went to a wedding. That's why I'm dressed like this.
I thought you just wanted to upscale, kind of bring everyone to your level.
That's the great thing about esports. If you're dressed up, you have to excuse why you're wearing nice clothes instead of the other way around. So.
Well, I mean, I do dress up a lot in esports too, but you know, I didn't want to upscale you guys.
Okay, I see. I see how it is.
I
That's
see.
good. You're so kind, Lemmy, so thoughtful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually already into the draft. So last game, if you're an Entity fan, just put it away. You know, tuck it in the corner. Don't look at it. It's game number 2. Time to move on. Press forward.
They had some options, that's for sure. There were a couple moments where Entity looked great. We were really hyping up Joe Beasy. You know, he had some big Warlock ults. He had a not-so-big Warlock ult trying to save Black. All right, Trent, I'm asking you a hard question.
I love that. This always goes well.
If you had to blame one player for that loss,
that is a hard question
for Entity. Who played the worst on Entity?
Well,
who had
really
the highest
fair,
capacity
but it's really
to throw?
easy to just say Black because he's the one who got picked off twice before the biggest, most
that's why it's a hard
moment.
question. Is Black really the answer? Was it Black?
Whose fault? Who told them where they were? Should there have been better vision, and then maybe he wouldn't get caught out?
All
Who
acceptable.
was making the calls on? Maybe they should have pushed when they bought those 3 10-second BKBs. Although they didn't have second Aegis, they had 3 10-second BKBs and they didn't go high ground. Whose decision was that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I am not one to blame a single person. I like the team game because that's Dota, man. It's 5v5. Don't just go throwing out these. I don't even like MVPs, to be honest.
Ladies
but I
and
do
gentlemen,
it for the people.
That was a top-tier answer. That was a 10. He rewrote the question with the answer.
Got him.
That's
actually how you ace interviews, by the way.
Yeah.
For you youngins out there.
For all you whippersnappers trying to get some job interviews. That's actually
earning
true.
real money. That's how you, you know,
confidence.
Flip a bullshit question.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you.
Think about all the interviews we've all had to go through for these jobs.
Hey, I've done a lot of interviews, both interviewee and interviewer, so I feel pretty confident on either side.
I didn't get an interview.
With who?
With you.
I interview you every week on the podcast.
Yeah, but I didn't get, you know, before like the whole Moon Duck thing. Shouldn't there have been an interview?
Well, it's because you never went to any events.
There was no interview process.
I interviewed people at events.
Oh, yeah, I see how it is.
Oh, you mean to work at Moonduck?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you were pre-qualified. You had the high
Hear that,
ground.
guys? If you're pre-qualified for a job, you just walk in, sit down at a desk.
Well, yeah.
You can just join the workplace.
Dude, you had the high ground stamp of approval.
That's
you know, anything that was good enough for Gerg was good enough for Moonduck. That was one of our mottos in the early days. So
fair.
you were always on the radar, my
Thanks,
friend.
Gerg. Happy belated birthday. Good Gerg out there.
Shout out to the
Legendary.
Gurgler.
I'm sure you guys all know him. Speaking of shout-outs, that's Noya. You know what this guy loves? Crystal Maiden. He's always been a fan, which means we get to watch it again.
CM Marana and Lycan Nightstalker. So worked well for TNC last game. Was the Raven Lycan. Only died one time. He actually had a pretty slow start, kind of, but he did get an early kill. Right, he got an early Helm of the Dominator, turned it into a kill, so that did shift the momentum a little bit. He got enough space that he was pretty nasty moving into that late game. But now they'll mix it up with the Nightstalker.
Lemmy, what do you think about CM? Are you looking at this just like, what's going on? Are you just like, why Noya?
I think CM is just a safe opening in a draft. It's a support that could give you a little bit of everything. Decent disables, could scale late. I think CM could scale late. I don't know. Maybe you guys are on different wavelength on that one, but
no, I think she scales okay.
Yeah,
it's decent.
She also enables your cores to scale late, which I think is often a very underestimated because they can spam more spells, they can farm more.
The only part that I would question is
safe. Do you really hit a bottleneck of? I don't feel like you hit a bottleneck of mana that often.
How many times do you see carries like Fairy out a Clarity, for example?
Yeah, it's true. And like
maybe it's just I'm stretching for like.
It's true.
Stretching a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like there's so much Helm of Dominator on the map that your Frostbite gets a lot of value. That's often underrated.
Yes.
I like that.
But opening-wise, I favor TNC's draft way more.
It's hard to...
Nightstalker with the How, it's just hard to argue against that one.
A lot of synergy with those two.
Yeah, this has been TNC kind of bread and butter going here. And Beastmaster's still in. I assume that's about to be banned. No, they're going to leave it.
They do ban the pushers, though. We saw Enigma banned out in the 3rd and 4th couplet last time. Sorry, the 4th and 5th. Still not used to that 6th ban. Beastmaster, though, sniped up for the other side. Entity realizing he was one of the key things they played around.
Yeah, and I think if that was left in, pretty sure TNC would have just gone for it and done like Sam H on the Beastmaster, and then we get a Tim's Night Stalker and, you know, play some TNC Dotes. So.
Yeah.
I want to throw a support hero for discussion. Not saying they should pick it
All
here, but Winter Wyvern. Whatever happened to her? Like, there's so many like zoo heroes. I feel like
It is true.
a good Winter's Curse I think will turn fights. Cold Embrace I think very good against things like Lycan or Beastmaster, but
I think a lot of supports have been lacking in terms of wave clear as well.
Yeah.
Which is something that Wyvern can do.
what happened to that Wyvern? Ain't a dragon.
We've
but,
seen
you
her a
know.
couple times.
Somebody has been picking her a little bit, though. I think it was
Yeah.
in China.
Yeah, I think we had a couple games.
I forget who. She does pop in occasionally.
She's no Warlock, that's for sure.
If
I
this
feel
were
like
a hero stock market, I would label her a buy. I think
I can
she's
give her the buy.
underrated
Yeah.
and has potential to become more favorable as we get closer to TI. I think Lumi's right that it's a hero you can never sleep on. She has incredible late game, and she's one of those wild card supports that can absolutely turn a game that seems like it shouldn't be turned.
It feels like her laning phase is kind of weak, even though it used to feel pretty good. But now it's just like
They kept nerfing that.
yeah, the Arctic
Arctic
burn.
Burn.
And the
Yeah.
cooldown's just so ridiculous now that you don't really want to level it, but you have to level it sometimes, and
Yeah.
you really just want Splinter Blast, so that's what you max, and it just doesn't feel quite right.
I think a lot of the lanes are really spam centric, and you use Arctic Burn, you're done for the next 50 seconds.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
really the big thing. It's hard to lane her.
It's like she has the same problem Willow does, but Willow actually can set up kills. And Winter Wyvern's like, I burned him. That's
All right.
5% down.
Got him, guys.
He's slowed. What do we want here, though? Entity thinking about this fourth pick quite a bit.
So Entity plays Mirana off lane, but also mid, right?
Yes, and Black.
Black plays it too.
Yeah,
So
so it's an all three situation.
okay. That's a good place to be in when draft.
I think they're just thinking about Bloodseeker again.
I was
and
thinking
like,
the same thing.
they're just like, all right, is Bloodseeker fine? Like, can we make this work? But
Well, now they go back for the Slardar. So we saw Tim's play Slardar last game. I was a little critical, not specifically of Tim's, but just that window where Slardar is farming his Blink. They were really getting punished, and it looked like they might be able to go high ground and close out that game. But, of course, it swings the other way. Once Slardar gets Blink, as you were mentioning, he becomes even more powerful than some of these position 4 counterparts, as now a Slark is picked
Ooh.
up by TNC.
Great counter
that's
pick.
so nice.
If you look at Entity's draft, they're
Jeez.
super single targeted, right?
Oh.
So Slark as a pick with Dark Pack itself makes it pretty easy to dodge all these spells. It also makes it really easy for you to itemize. Like think of
Yeah.
things like Lotus Orb, Glimmer Cape. Well, maybe not Glimmer against the Corrosive Haze, but a lot of these items are super good at saving one hero. Force Staff, for example, becomes extra value against this Entity draft. I feel like they were really lacking in AoE.
This is such a nice looking Slark game too. I mean, Mirana, we've seen that counter come into play several times. She can't leap away. Very obnoxious. Crystal Maiden, dear God, is there a carry you hate seeing more than Slark? This guy just
Yep.
eats you alive. Roar, very telegraph spell. And then Slardar, of course, just being able to have a spammable dispel for the Corrosive Haze. So
I do think the Slardar is one of the heroes more okay against Slark.
Yeah,
Because you
it
can stun
goes
him
both
through
ways.
the Dark Pack, or not the Dark Pack, the ult. But yeah, really good against the pick so far. And you take away Black's hero,
yeah, that's true.
underrated point.
Now Lion, banned out. Caught it.
I like how they got to see that though.
Yeah. Oh. There is something nice now where it feels like you're on camera all the time with this setup. You go upstairs and you're casting the draft where kicked back,
we
chairs
were
back.
maxing and relaxing.
It's
that's
great,
true.
dude,
I
with
had
the-
feet on the table and everything.
Well, also at the studio at home, we use microphone stands, not really the headsets. So
Yeah.
you have to sit in the same position for most of it. Here, you get to move all over the place.
Doesn't the headset like really dig into your
It's
your
awful.
ears a little bit?
I've got it good though.
They're
you know.
high quality headsets, but yeah, they
No, they don't feel great. I
They're
don't know.
extremely comfortable.
the
they're
on ear
not.
yes,
is
yes.
rough. The over ear is where it's at. Sennheiser makes a mean over ear as well.
Oh,
I like
okay.
these. I'm in. I'm all down with them.
I like the mic quality.
So,
Bloodseeker.
So this was the thing about the Bloodseeker too, where I thought they were going to take the Bloodseeker instead of the Slardar, and now of course because that left in the Slark, which means they have to ban the Bloodseeker anyway. So, if only Entity.
Final choice here.
Does Bloodseeker even have a positive win rate against Lycan? Because supposedly that's a counter, right?
True.
Every time
Yeah.
I watch the matchup, Lycan wins.
It does kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because the Lycan just kind of plays different. It's kind of like versus Wyvern too, where everyone started counterpicking Lycan with Wyvern, but then the Lycan just plays different. He is the
Right.
hero on one part of the fight and the creeps on another part.
Remember we seen that game where like he got a Blade Mail So when you rupture
Yes,
the
yes,
Lycan, he's
'cause
like,
he's 1,000 more
I'm
HP.
going to turn on the blade mail now and just run around.
Yeah, that is true.
I think TNC really wishes they could pick Beastmaster right now. They want a Sam H hero, right? This is not going to be a Sam H Night Stalker.
I don't know.
Or
They're assuming that this is like a Cuckoo hero that's left with the Lion Band. At least that's what they felt would be kind of good.
or they were afraid of the Lion. But I still think Sam H on a nice initiator that has a good lockdown. Like I thought Tide, but I think Slardar gives you some options to kill him.
Can I throw out a crazy one here?
I'm
Sure, Brood.
Chuck it up there,
Position
my friend.
5 Oracle. All right, that was not it.
Not quite.
But
Close.
the idea with the Oracle and the Venge actually does relatively similar thing is that the team, again, is very single-targeted. You could easily kind of see what their initiation is and then save them.
Yep.
Defensive swap here in the case. False Promise is what I was going for.
No, I like it. I'm
So-
always a fan.
Okay, so Sam H Night Stalker is the working assumption. Support Wind
Yep.
Ranger, support Venge. Okay,
Yeah, looks good.
I like it. Entity, final pick.
I want to see a little bit more AoE from the Entity draft. Right now, they're really lacking in team fights, and they're really relying on their game through pickoff. You can't really get Roche easily with this lineup either, even though you have Slaughter, because if you look at the Dire squad, they got Wolves to scout, they got Wave of Terror to scout.
They have a huge vision advantage.
Oh.
All right, this is what got them out of the tiebreaker
Got
match
them
that
in
they
here,
had.
yeah.
They got their way into the playoffs using the Huskar. They're going to put their trust in it once again.
And it looked kind of similar to this. I think we were all equally like, whoa, you guys are
Well,
crazy.
whoa.
This is
Whoa.
Not all of us.
Okay.
Some of us believed
You
in
were
the
on it.
Huskar.
Actually, you were on it too.
And we're
both
no,
of
correct.
you.
was I?
No, he
I
was
think
not.
Neil Parker
no,
was
no,
down
he
here.
bailed.
It was 3-1.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
the Huskar guy.
Don't try and come at me now. The
Still,
Huskar love.
most of us, 3 out of 4, the majority of us were cynical about the Huskar. But it worked really well. That was the Huskar versus Lone Druid matchup.
Yes.
And he slaughtered. Like, Huskar was 30 last hits, 30 denies, compared to 6 last hits, 3 denies on the Lone Druid.
He's going to do the same thing. Who could actually lane against Huskar in this draft?
No one. Like Wind Ranger literally used to be the answer.
Right.
2 points and Wind Run. I
Lycan?
mean, that's not even the worst plan here, honestly.
No, I think Lycan gets wrecked.
Yeah, everyone gets wrecked.
And the other thing about what made the
Yeah.
Huskar really good against, I think, Battle Arena Esport was the fact that none of the heroes came online early enough to fight the Huskar when the Huskar is pushing. Look at this draft. Like, Slark takes a long time to come online. I think Lycan maybe comes online a little bit earlier, but I don't think that's early enough to get an armlet.
It has to be pretty perfect.
Yeah,
It
so
has to be like Helm, kill.
I don't know. The Huskar cheese continues, man. I like it.
Yeah, Huskar seems very strong right now. Okay. All right. Well, Lumi, thanks for joining us on this.
Is this where I
lovely
walk off, or
section.
do we wait for the
Well,
screen
I mean,
transition?
we can wait another 3
Yeah.
seconds, I
Well,
think.
I just
and
wanted
then
them to be able to wave goodbye.
Oh,
you know, they
okay.
can see Lumi right now.
All right, I'm out.
All right. See
let's
now.
see your best presidential wave. All right, bye-bye, Lumi. Good luck.
See, I tried to give him a wave opportunity.
That was, very thoughtful.
Yeah. See.
That
Just
was.
trying to give my boy Lumi some FaceTime before he goes and plays some more code names.
You're a nice, great, earthy guy. You know, somebody broke the other stand off this keyboard, Trent. I'm not going to be able to observe properly.
I like it flat. I'm not big on the whole.
Well, you want to
raise
trade
That-
keyboards?
That's way too much effort at the moment.
You don't think you can unplug it in
that ain't me?
production? We're going to need a new keyboard
Do
here?
not harass production. They've done everything.
It's true. Okay. Well, folks, here we go. Game number 2. This one is not elimination. Remember, day 1 playoffs. It is all upper bracket. However, if you win this one, you are 1 best-of-3 victory away from qualifying for the International 8. Some guaranteed money, guaranteed pride and prestige, and the opportunity of a lifetime to go to Vancouver, Canada. The dream destination.
I've seen that on Wheel of Fortune as a vacation giveaway, so it must be good.
Yep. And as we talked about, great diverse city, a lot of immigration.
Oh my God! The production have brought him a new keyboard.
I was using a pen to hold it up, but I don't know, dude. This is production. You get
shameful.
bonus points. I'm gonna one-hand it here.
Oh my God! It's just despicable. Honestly, the things you make these people do. You know, they work all day for you. All right, we got 3 heroes mid right now. They do not know where these lanes are going. We got the tri-lane Lycan, Wind Ranger, Slark, standard Dota 2 stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly what one would expect. And Slark's going to have to break off here. He's going to start heading down that bottom lane. We got just Venge up top. Tams is taunting his way up here.
3-1 in bounties, not bad.
And it is indeed going to be the Wind Ranger mid. They've given Cuckoo the mid items.
I mean,
You know?
it has to be.
Yeah, it does. It's literally the only matchup that looks okay.
But Raven's here.
It's a 2v1 it seems. This is your best option, honestly.
And
Just
it doesn't
do some
feel,
sort of a play like this.
you know, put 3 heroes mid. That's, you know, that is one way to deal with the Huskar, I have to admit. Looks like Nightstalker might rotate back down bottom. Armel is solo off lane on Slark, now against a dual lane of Mirana Slardar. And Joe Beezy's already rotated mid. I don't know. This is rocky for TNC, Trent.
I mean, it just looks that way because like you got to change up. You can't really play normal Dota against Huskar. You got to mix it up some here, and that's what they've done. So.
Could you stop making faces at production, Trent? You just I can hear the disgust in your voice that I'm spectating with one hand watching this. Oh, production, this is 10 out of 10. Thank you so much. I owe you one. That's an official Zyori IOU.
What's the approximate value of that?
Well, it's about 10 to 1.
How many Shroot bucks is that?
How many Shroot bucks? Oh, Black up top. He's barely going to live. He'll be good.
So this will be our,
this is great.
Our second Black Mirana performance. Looked pretty good last time. Very solid. Heavy damage hero. So showing up those team fights with your level 15. Slaying them with the Maelstrom. Bottom lane, the boring match of the century here with Sam H on the Night Stalker and has to go rotten.
Has to go rotten
on the Beastmaster. So it's all mid. This is perfect. We can just watch Huskar because nothing's gonna happen anywhere else, right?
I think I might have broken my brain, and he's gonna be has to go forever. It's really bad. I hope that's a meme that he's happy with.
It's gonna be good. I think he'll appreciate it.
Can't wait to see him at TI.
Dude, this Huskar is 2-0, ladies and gentlemen.
It's working.
They've broken his brain because he's just like, wait a second, I'm supposed to be dominating a matchup here.
Right now, Pingvincheck is like, guys, I'm going to need someone to tab out and Google what to do when you're behind on Huskar because this is a disaster. Whoa, Slark gets clipped by an arrow up top, but a nice magic missile. Slithering Crush was on cooldown, but still the right clicks would have been a little scary. Armel will salve up, and he'll be just fine. Joe Beezy making the rotation up to the top lane, so they're just going to sack the Huskar. Like, Ping, there's no saving you here. We got nothing, so just do your best. Hide under the tower. Don't let him shackle you.
Oh my god, he's denies from Cuckoo. He's on point. 2 and 5 in this one.
Yes, he is. Up top, arrow connects. Noya sets it up, but a Dark Pact. Well done.
And it feels like it's just never enough. Cuckoo, every time it seems like Pingvincheck's thinking, okay, they're going to leave now. But considering this has been a dual lane the entire time, they are both level 3, and Pingvincheck just hit level 3. So it is not working out for him. Also, only 1 point so far in the Berserker's blood. So these power shots are still pretty irritating.
Yep. Pingvincheck is not having a fun time. He's going to try to put some right clicks into Cuckoo, but Wind Ranger. She just puts on the evasion and goes, what's now?
What is now?
That's right.
He
what's
doesn't
now?
know.
When Pingvincheck gets confused, says, I don't think grammar.
Joe Beezy, the CM life, just kind of chilling up top here. Pretty hard to actually make something happen here.
Armel. How's the bottom lane?
Boring as expected.
It's a slugfest.
Back and forth, baby.
Man.
We got to make sure we don't miss it when it hits level 6, though. Then something could go down here. Tim's still won't be enough because CM is still level 2. Oh, that arrow, though!
Whoa, Timmy, that's going to be a kill. That's a first blood, baby. Black, he is on point tonight. He's throwing rocks now in the mid lane. Ping's going to be fine.
He's a natural there.
I always knew Black was a basketball player.
You know what's nice, though, about having that Crystal Maiden? I mean, Noya has been a big fan of this hero forever. Always picking it on his teams. He won't be playing it in this one. It'll be over to Joe Beezy. But you can just kind of throw out some arrows without a whole lot of punishment.
Hesta Joe down bottom. He's going to get punished. Or will he? Noya with a nice stun breaks it up. Sam H comes around the backside. Hesta Joe mans up and gives him the left, right. 1-2. Mike Tyson knocks him down. And they're going to get more. Tim's also left behind. 2 dead for TNC. Armel staggers away to the tower. He pops a salve, but he's not having a fun time.
That was the first nighttime maneuver right there. You know, just past 4 minutes, going for some plays. Didn't go too well. Now Cuckoo rotates down here with only 1 level in the power shot. Oh my god, he's so close. He was 4 experience away from level 2 power shot, which could have given him some kill potential on that Beastmaster.
Potentially, but not in reality.
Pingvincheck is doing a pretty damn good job of catching up there, guys. He's suddenly 20 and 3. He's back in the game.
What happened?
Oh, Wind Ranger, you know.
She left the lane for a minute and a half, and now he's good.
He got some bracers. He got a lot of courier love. And you can only do so much unless you're going to fully commit to the build, right? She didn't go like max wind run. She doesn't have damage items because she's still a support. She's not stacking into a second Veil or something.
Well, this will work. Shackle connects, magic missile, and there's plenty of damage. Tim's. Nice rotation.
Okay, when just one isn't enough now, bring the whole squad.
But guys, this Huskar's getting out of control. All right, he's touched the creeps.
Unacceptable, honestly. Raven's going to have a helm soon here. See if they can get a kill off of that. Now, Invis, stolen from Joe Beasy. Chris May with the 1-1-1. Looks like she's going to try and make a play down bottom. She's throwing out the alt pings, saying, I am on the way, guys. We are killing this Slark. We'll see if that's actually the case. Oh, Courier flies over. Scouts out the Slider. Nice play.
Armel with 19 last hits. Definitely not ideal for a Slark.
Oh, Joe Beasy's in behind. This is it.
Got the ward on the high ground. Will Beasy find it?
His Venge looks pretty dead.
Oh, hey there, Tim.
Oh, they're going to go for the Slider instead.
It's the Slark. The follow-up stun from Hesta Joe gets knocked off, so they settle for the Venge, and Joe Beasy pays for it. Raven makes the rotation. Cuckoo with a beautiful shackle sets it up for a layup onto the Centaur.
It's the Slark. Sorry, I had the wrong fish fan there.
You did. It's
I'm not really into fish, if I'm being honest.
It is confusing, and I am a fish connoisseur.
I'm more of the turf in the surf and turf, if I can be frank.
Dude.
And I'd rather have a Frankfurter.
I'd rather just eat
Above
raw
both.
squid.
Fair enough.
Give me some octopus, please. I think I could live on seafood. I think I do well in Southeast Asia.
I could see it.
You know, last time I was in Malaysia with Parker and Winter, every restaurant we went to had squid. I could not find a menu, even little like, you know what, like a fast food place. They had squid. It's everywhere.
Were there little like hot dog stands, but it was squid?
Squid on a bun.
Squid on a bun. What about squid on a stick? Dang, there's a lot of potential here.
Now that's, dude,
All right, I'll get back to you
it's
on
a
that
$1 million idea right
one.
there.
All right, you guys are welcome out there.
Just
ladies
need
and
a
gentlemen.
fixer in Malaysia, and we're going to start a squid on a stick.
Raven, he's fixing to go for a kill here mid lane, but it is completely scouted by the Radiant Observer Ward, and so that'll be a waste of an ultimate and a helm creep.
Classic. Whoa, I heard something. That's a life break. On to Cuckoo. Pingvin Check's just going to use it to farm.
It's okay. Just threatening.
Okay. Oh, Armel. He's going to go in onto Hesta Joe, but he gets dove deep, and Hesta Joe just gives it to him.
The greed, dude, not popping the ult.
Moonlight Shadow, he does not have a TP. Hesta Joe might be in some trouble, but he says, hey,
Oh,
there's
Sentry.
a Night Stalker. Sam H, you want to party?
Oh, I guess he knows that got dewarded, so he's not going to go near the sentry.
Got a little more gas in the tank. Well done by the Night Stalker. I said Night Stalker, the Beastmaster.
Sorry, we're getting there. We're back in it right now.
Dude.
All right, we're going to start figuring out who the heroes are. We're going to have to switch it to hero name instead of player name on the old console there, so things will be less confusing for the people at home.
That was great, though. That's living up to the reputation of the Beastmaster. When he's up ahead like this, he is a bully.
And what they've done now for TNC, too, is Raven, he went into the jungle very early because things just weren't working out that well in the mid. And, of course, he can do that. And they've given it over to Cuckoo. So Cuckoo, he loves these greedier games. He doesn't have that much net worth, but he does have a lot of levels. He's only one level behind Pingvin Check.
Let's take a look at the level chart. Oh, yeah, look at that. 3 heroes not yet to have their ultimates. 2 of them on the Radiant.
Cuckoo going to try and help with that physical damage here just by going for a casual Blightstone.
That's actually not a bad idea against the Huskar. He is a pretty low armor hero without the Helm of Iron Will. It's actually pretty good damage amplification.
Yeah, and they don't have any real like physical damage amp.
The levels are just top heavy on Radiant in general. Underleveled supports and overleveled cores.
Yeah, and with that Blightstone and the Vengeance Aura, once that's skilled, that's going to look really good. But Armel, again, no ulti in time. Oh, he got it!
Whoa,
oh,
20
right
HP!
Click. Oh, and suddenly, now the ulti's just wasted.
What a roller coaster of emotions as Hesta Joe, he gots to go. He's locked down. He's surviving. He drops the Primal Roar. Now Wind Ranger's the one in trouble. The follow-up stuns are there, and 2 are down on the side of TNC. Maybe even more. Tim's, he's brave, he's bold, and he is dead. Now Raven runs into the fray. He tries to man up on the Huskar. Raven, he gets the kill, but still, it's going to cost him everything. Sam H wants the cleanup. He's got some creeps, but Arrow from the back line. It's Black, ready to rock and roll, and Noya comes back in for some extra damage. Hesta Joe tries to clear out these creeps, and all 5 of TNC will be put to death. 10-4, and a massive team fight for Entity.
I feel like this is one of the most impactful Beastmasters I've seen in a while.
Oh, yeah.
He has just been in all the right places, getting the kills, getting the trades, even if it means he's going down. And do you see how low he was in that one? I thought he was dead.
Oh, yeah.
And suddenly he just surged back to life. Is this
Medallion.
all the doing of Crystal Maiden? Probably. I mean, 1 point in aura. Incredible. I mean, Joe Beasy agrees.
1 point. I've never done the CM build. I've played a lot of CM games, literally. I've never tried the 3-1-1, but he's making it look darn good.
I mean, aura is just... Clearly, if this hero isn't working, but from maxing aura, something has to change. So...
He's going to get that second point in aura.
I think this is what Ice Frog wants. I think he wants 2 points aura, because he made it the value level. You go for the 2 points, you just stop. Just quit it right
That's
there.
true. Oh, mid lane. Speaking of stop, it's Hesta Joe. A little far forward.
He did not go.
It's a 4-on-1. This time he gets killed.
And we're getting to the point now where Roche is certainly going to be contested by both sides. We got Medallion Beastmaster. We got a Huskar with an armlet. Easy for Radiant. Dire side, we got ourselves the Lycan. Also the control over the pit of the Night Stalker. So with a little bit of Vengeance Aura and some Wave of Terror, they'll be able to go for the Roche pit themselves eventually.
Yep. Now, you are right about that level 2 value point, though, Trent. Most spells that scale linearly like this, you'll see the second point sometimes gets held, like Stormhammer on Sven. You'll see some pros put 2 points in it and then move on to something else. Same deal, value point, because it scales linearly.
Well, that's not. I don't think that's how. You're not
Yeah,
quite
it's
right
a
on that.
no.
But
It's
the
a
real
different
value point is
no,
when
it's
like,
a lower percentage gain for each level you put in.
Now, a real value point
See
is
what I'm
Mirana Arrow level 2. That's a value point. You see this? See, it's 50 damage, but then it
Yes.
goes up by 90.
It's like Dazzle
from 1
Poison.
to 2.
Level 2, it goes from 10 to 24.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
value town.
It's value town.
Yes, for
All
sure.
right, we're good. Now that we've figured that out.
Well, okay. There are
Bottom
different
lane,
roads to
there's
value
a
town.
Huskar who's been stunned.
Yeah, he's dead. I mean, what do you want here?
Well, he's a Huskar, dude.
He's got the armlet. Here comes the Lycan, and okay, he's dead. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't dead right away.
No, he was. I was in the future there.
He's too scared to toggle. He doesn't want people going to these replays and being like, "Yo, dude, I just hit it really fast. Leave me alone."
It is a scary
You
time
just
for
gotta leave
armlet
it all
builders. You don't want to be too good with armlet these days. Still a nice kill there. Relatively easy one. It is the problem with Huskar. When he gets caught out like that, not a hell of a lot he can do. Very all-in kind of fella, as we talked about. He puts a ring on it.
Well, I think their speed's been quite fine so far for TNC. They're finding plays across the map without Armel. That means that he's farming up in towards that Shadow Blade. And, yeah, as you're pointing out there, that's a Maelstrom now finished up here for the Mirana.
Yep, quite nice. Doing a little bit of farming in the enemy jungle. Fishing for a potential Slark who's trying to kill this stack. It's a struggle.
The Centaur's making him sushi. Easy.
Pingvin check. Just going to go for a halberd. Very common item on the Huskar after the armlet. Great value. Easy build-up. And amazing utility.
Who's going to snag this Invis rune here?
See you later, Joe Beasy.
All right, so this mid tower is the first step towards Roche. Look at him just walking on in past this ward. No smoke or anything. And they know that Pingwin Check's a little alone here, so Cuckoo may be hoping he's going to toggle off or something, but he's going to hold on to it. And he won't be close enough when he does toggle.
So a little window there, but
Yeah.
very cautious play from the Huskar. Very nice.
Scouting
Damage.
arrow through, but again, they have that ward down, spotting everything.
Little fish in here. Tim's does have another swap. Only level 1.
But top lane, I mean, Slark's getting kills on the wave, or kills on the wave. He's getting some last hits up top, and then you've got Raven pushing the bottom tower.
Tower goes down. They will finish off Joe Beasy. Arrow off the mark. Close one, but Tim's barely caught by that primal roar. He gets brought down. Noya up on the high ground, scouts out a few more, and they just sound the retreat. I think that is a win for TNC. They do lose the tower, unfortunately, but something's got to give, and Armel getting space to recover is huge.
Yeah, just some little one-for-ones. And Raven and Armel just both gaining on the side lane. Seems pretty fine. Again, it all just comes down to Roche. And the Dire, instantly they scan the pit. And just say, all right, are they going in there right now? What's the plan? Because right now their own vision isn't too ridiculous.
it kind of feels like right now it's a race of the Slark Shadowblade versus the Slardar Blink Dagger. Both of them farming pretty well.
Yeah.
Noya might beat him to it, but very key items for fighting around the Roche pit. We might see both teams be a little more cautious, kind of stay nearby, look for vision control, but not really commit to the pit until those items come out. Lycan does have the level 1 Necro Book, so we see some initial talents getting picked up. Actually, level 2 Necro Book just now secured back at home. So a lot to farm towards for both sides. Sanj still pretty far off for Pingvinchek.
So I think at this point, though, this game definitely seems in favor of TNC simply because Pingvinchek is not wildly out of control. You know, these Huskars are supposed to be up. You should not be this far behind in a really good Huskar game.
Yep.
I, in general, feel good about their
It's a little bit like
their options. But
yeah, for sure.
now they're definitely winning, obviously, as they secure the Roche.
Feels a little bit like a drow strat sometimes. You know, being even in the 16th minute doesn't really feel great when you're playing a Huskar, for sure. However, it does depend on your farm, and he's still keeping his head above water, I suppose.
Man, the old the vision game's too strong, man.
Towards Lycan. Yeah, it turned into a kind of a quiet mid game. Hesta Yo.
It is a soft J, isn't it?
Ah, he's European, it must be.
It must be Hestio. All this time.
But we can get away with it. North America, we use hard J's.
Thank you.
Jello.
Thank you for that. Crimson Guard going to be the choice for the Beastmaster here. Not your Medallion Shadowblade that you're so fond of.
Ah,
But it is a Lycan. All of his summons.
It's
certainly the correct choice.
incredible Crimson game.
Yeah,
really,
even the Wind Ranger too. Like.
Really good for the Huskar. That physical damage is what's going to take him down. Mitigating that with the Crimson. That's how you keep him alive on low HP. Absolutely agreed here. Can't criticize this Beastmaster build whatsoever. A little bit of pressure up top. Some 5-man into the tower. Pingvinchek leading the charge.
Yeah, in this case, it might be an outmaneuver here by Entity, whereas it's usually been TNC getting these, but look at that scan. They know where they're coming. They're not pushing the bottom lane. They understand they want to fight, so they send Hesta Joe with the Hawk in first.
Oh, no latch on the Shackle. They get off a decent Moonlight Shadow. Immediately, sentries come down. Pingvinchek, close range life break. Gets himself kind of low. You might end up regretting that. Big damage from the Mirana, though. Tim's getting low as Armel jumps in. Pingvinchek goes down. Joe Beasy with a big ultimate, but creeps, bringing him low for a power shot to finish him off at 2 for 2. Primal Roar held by Hesta Joe and sets it up for Cuckoo to likely get brought down. Does still get off the wind run and might ensure his survival. Hesta Joe in the tree lines. They've got the vision advantage, though. Beautiful axes. Black reinitiates. Buyback on the Wind Ranger now. That'll be the Aegis. Lycan coming back to life. Shackle latches. Hesta Joe getting low.
The Vanguard.
But they can't quite get him. He finally goes down. Cuckoo had to go pretty deep for it. Can Noya turn this around? He's got the punches. Does not have the stun. No more mana, but Black. He says, hello. Let's party. Brings her down, and out comes the stun to clean it up. Crash and burn. Fairly appropriate.
Yeah, that is going to be a dire victory, as you can see here. Even though it cost him a buyback, it's just a support. God. It's just Cuckoo. 31 gold will cost him.
4,500 damage done.
They had no way to kill Lycan until Mirana is level 15. If it's not the Huskar suddenly just like on top of the Lycan, absolutely destroying him or something, I don't see how they kill Raven. And it kind of felt that way. Black, you know, he starts going in on the Venge at the start of the fight, but he's not 15. He doesn't have that ridiculous 100 leap attack speed.
You're right.
He can't commit to the Lycan, and they just could not kill Raven. I mean, I was surprised they got him the first time, honestly. The Corrosive A's helped to do it and all the stuns from Noya, but
made a big difference.
Second Life just felt like too much.
That's a fight where watching it, it just felt like, man, what if that Crystal Maiden was an Oracle? What if that Crystal Maiden was a Dazzle? You know, Huskar was in a pretty good position. He actually survived for a pretty long time, especially considering they don't have the Crimson Guard up yet either. Same with the Beastmaster. You have any kind of defensive support there, you can turn things around. That's even a close to best case scenario for the CM. She got off a great ultimate, and the Wolves just chopped her down. They couldn't kill the Wolves fast enough to keep her alive.
Yeah, and she did finish off the Slark, though, just because he got into his ulti form, so it was nice that that was there for them. But
very true.
This is, again, why it favors TNC, because this Huskar's not ahead. You know, if Huskar's ahead, this game looks like crazy, and it's one of those games where like, oh, Huskar just got wildly out of control because they had no lane matchup. But TNC put in a great option in the mid lane, and maybe Armel. I think he's okay. Question is
They've
Either
got
of these
the
heroes gonna
dust.
live.
Hesta Joe goes down. Primal Roar does do a hell of a lot. Now swap back onto Noya. It's going to be 2, it looks like. Joe Beasy with a big ultimate, but interrupted. Tim's now on his way back. He is going to burn to death for dead for Entity. So sweet.
Yeah, that did not look like a good fight.
4.
Right from the start.
Barely even a fight. One of these little kind of exchanges where it adds up. We're going to bring in one more. Oh, we've got another. Hey, there's the Lycan. Oh my God, we've got to bring everyone. And TNC had the advantage, no doubt about that.
Black's even in trouble up here. His TP just comes off. They spot with the power shot. He's got one more leap, though, and the power shot's used, so he should be okay now.
Yeah, no vision for a potential shackle, but still a tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
But because the Huskar's not far ahead, Lycan is he's a physical damage monster. That's what he does. So life is easy peasy. Just shred him if Huskar doesn't have any help.
12K net worth, BKB on the way. That's really scary. I don't think Huskar can kill the Lycan once he has BKB.
Yeah, they need a stun. Try and control him up, and it's certainly possible, right? We have the Blink Crush. Huskar just hops in, a follow-up arrow or something. It's just execution going to be key for the Radiant side, and now he doesn't have to kill the Lycan himself because Black is there with the leap attack speed. However, Raven is only 500 gold away from his own BKB to help protect him in these engagements. So TNC still looking very strong, but once again, this game will be coming down to second Roche to really put home who's likely to be the victor. And some similar smokes here.
I do believe in the Crimson Guard. Armel breaks the smoke, at least on Hesta Joe. Pings it out for the rest of his team to wrap around. Tim's with the swap. They do grab one. It's the Huskar.
And now it's the rundown.
Looking for more. Raven in the ultimate form. Nice crush from Noya. Black trying to stand his ground with the BKB on, but it might not go his way. Already lost 2. BKB TP to the low ground. There's the kill. Close one, but he will fall. On the other side, trying to chase back Hesta Joe. Might still be able to close the gap.
He's not that fast with treads.
Night Stalker's in hot pursuit. Shackle slows him down enough for the rest of the team to get there. The pounce locks him in place, and this bad daddy will be brought down 4-0, 21-17. TNC further this lead, another 2,000 net worth swing.
I mean, this is TNC Predator versus the Prey right now, because they are just feasting upon them in every fight. No one is fighting back. They are being munched on. You know, TNC, they're the one. That is them.
If you've ever seen the Instagram, Nature is Metal, you need to do yourself a favor and open that one up on the Googler right now, because that's what's happening in this game. TNC are the Lions.
The Wolves, actually.
The Wolves, and Entity, well, they're the Antelope. They're the Caribou.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're talking.
They're the deer, the fawns.
You're getting your hemispheres right now.
Well, you know, we're all from the same genus or whatnot, right?
We've all got eyes.
We all evolved from fish or something, right?
That sounds about right.
You're the geology guy.
Stop.
Oh, that's geography.
Please stop.
You're the astrology guy, right? Or wait, no, that's astronomy.
Moving forward. Gonna be a gem here for the Night Stalker. Try and close this one on out.
Oh boy, that's a good feeling.
That's
right
when you know the game is going well for your team. We get a gem. We just close this out now. Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
You guys want to take map control? All right, cool. Let's do it. Maybe one good fight left in Entity.
Yeah, one Roche fight for sure. What are the tools that allow you to do it? Honestly, CM ult is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But she's still only level 10. She doesn't have the second level.
It's pretty brutal and doesn't have any kind of survivability tool. Black. Ooh, magic missile. Okay, backing on up.
And look at these wolves, again, just following the Slardar.
Does CM's dog bark? Did I just hear a dog bark?
Probably.
Or was that a real-life dog?
No, I don't think Murph is here right now.
Okay. Oh. Nighttime, where is it? Shackle, it connects on the Beastmaster. Hesta Joe initiated on, dying very quickly. Does get off the Crimson Guard. There's the ultimate from CM in the tree line. Joe Beasy doing everything he can, but Tim's scouts it out, has the swap, and now the big damage is here. Sam H will go down. Radiant doing surprisingly well, but they just don't have the resources. Black finally gets caught, trying to TP home. Joe Beasy, they find him, but no interrupt.
Oh. That was a nice job to scout him out, too.
A surprisingly good fight for Entity. They don't really win. It's a 4-for-3. The advantage does go to TNC, but that could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, especially because it was initiated by TNC. They blew up
Right.
the Beastmaster right away. I feel like they identified the same thing as us, as like, man, this Beastmaster, he's pretty important. You know, if he actually does get a roar off on this Lycan, or he gets a roar off on this Slark, and it's not Dark Pacted, then they could win these fights. And they have been destroying Hesta Joe in every engagement right off the bat. And mostly it is Cuckoo. I think Cuckoo has been leading these fights extremely well.
I would definitely agree with that. He's going to be going into some damage. BKB, just a casual Javelin for now. Value pickup on the Wind Ranger for sure. C Focus Fire. And Lycan, he's going to go into the Assault Cuirass. So now he's got the Hyperstone. He's clicking a little faster. Soon to be a little harder.
Yeah, AC very good this game.
Now, Trent.
Yep.
Do you ever get the Feral Impulse damage?
You mean the Feral?
Seems
at 20?
so awful. Shapeshift duration, immediate.
I mean, it's...
I mean,
I'm sure there's some argument. Maybe there's some
what
percentage
percentage does that have to be to become, like, you could double it, and I think shapeshift duration is still better most of the time.
What if you just win the fights so fast, though? I don't know. There's definitely situations. Maybe they're really bad at
then
killing
you get
your
to
Necros.
run to their base even faster to push. You
Yeah,
get to
but
run into Roche.
What if they're really bad at killing your The only problem is that shapeshift also buffs your Necros too, because it's
That's what I mean.
The movement speed for so much longer. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
There's always a number, as gods would say.
Right. So that's
What's
double.
the number?
32%.
I could go for 25, I think. We'll see. Next patch. Double Shackle. Good start here. Oh! Interruption, though.
Yep. Follow up now. Black in a lot of trouble. BKB on Raven. Joe Beasy again with a nice ultimate. It's doing some big damage, but Sam H will find him on the other side. Hesta Joe goes down first, but they lose Tim's. Now Pingvin Check trying to win this fight, but Armel with the BKB, he holds it. Black gets picked off as well. No, he's actually still alive, but his teammates, not so lucky. 2 for 4. A lot of little skirmishes there. Not really a proper 5v5. But some of that is a credit to the Crystal Maiden. 2,500 damage done on her. I feel like Joe Beasy has been continuing to put up the numbers, but it's just not quite enough.
Yeah, Noya almost saved that fight. It feels like that should have gone even better for TNC, right? The double shackle to start, could have been some follow-up, but Noya hops out and gets a 3-man crush. But still, they are just so far ahead on the side of TNC.
Yeah, it's really mounting here. Black now initiated on, pounce, point blank to the face. Marana falls, does have a buyback, so still some potential to make a hold if you're Entity here. But no, he actually buys out instead. He buys a Mjolnir recipe.
I think he wouldn't change anything, right? Lycan's not here. They can't push that fast. Shouldn't have to buy back on the Marana.
And yeah, of course, Roche just fell.
Now, mind you, they had a gem, but they lost that.
Look at this. Armel jumps in. Cuckoo does not find the latch on the shackle. Now they might turn the other way. He does get off the wind run first, so he's pretty darn beefy, but his team leaves him high and dry. See ya later, Cuckoo. Punished for your insolence deep in enemy territory. This time it's Entity that find a win. It's 1K net worth in their favor.
No need for a Save Your Buddy syndrome right now.
Hesta Joe working on the blink. That'll be big. Joe Beasy, is that a Glimmer Cape? No. It's just a cloak. Okay, let's not get too excited. Whoa, mid. Some initiation here. Huskar in some trouble. Broken, getting clicked hard. The BKBs are too much. Pingvin Check falls. No buyback there. Joe Beasy brought down in the blink of an eye. And Slardar follows suit. 3 dead for Entity just like that, Trent. What happened? They got. That's
over,
what
dude.
happened.
There's a Silver Edge. Huskar's done. He didn't roll out of control of this game. Excellent laning decisions.
Would it be
from
fair to
TNC.
say they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar?
The cookie jar was way too high up on the refrigerator. They weren't even close to reaching it.
They got caught drinking the milk.
They got caught climbing up on the chair trying to get to the top of the fridge with the cookie jar.
I see.
They weren't even that close.
Well, now this tower will be shredded like it's made out of some sort of tissue paper. Barracks
I thought you were
falling.
going with cheese.
No. Oh my. Slark in trouble. They've got some vision. He's dead.
You could have segued into Sam H about to pop cheese here, you see?
That's the Aegis. He's going to save the fondue. He's having a party later tomorrow night, but a shackle on 2. That will slow things down. Noya, unable to connect with the stun. Invitations in the mail. Did he eat the cheese?
No, he did not. Fondue is still
I
prepped
told you,
and
dude.
ready to go. Yeah, you knew.
So I got the invite. I don't know what you're doing. I'm going to go party with Sam H.
Oh, Entity. I mean, it's not elimination right now, of course, but you still want to play this out. You still want to get directly into that first final.
I mean, yeah.
You know, you're not going to roll over right now.
Can you imagine the feeling of qualifying first, then just kicking back and watching those other teams struggle for that final slot and
You
just
mean
think,
what Jack
man,
is doing right now?
Exactly. Man.
Oh, another fight in the same spot here. Will
Noya,
it go better?
Oh, no. He gets schoolboyed as now the Slark pops the BKB. Did get disarmed, but they've lost 2 immediately. Pingvinchek trying to do his damage. Black just doesn't have enough. The right clicks aren't there, and GG is called. 5 down. All 5 of TNC still alive. It's a slaughter in the mid lane, Trent.
Good luck further. That's usually when you're eliminated. That's the job. Somebody tell this man he's still in. It's not actually
Joe,
over.
it's not too late.
It's
You're
gonna
still
be
there.
Okay.
Oh,
geez.
man. Well, hopefully they'll get that cleared up. I can definitely
Dude,
confirm
how happy is he?
this
gonna
was
be?
upper bracket. That's I wish I could be the one to deliver the news. Like, dude, you're good. Wow. Well, what a game 2. Game 1, a lot closer, of course. TNC closing it out relatively quickly. A convincing series. We've got a couple panelists rejoining us here. Lumi in his beautiful suit.
Wow.
Thank you.
And Parker in a NASA shirt.
It's not a beautiful NASA shirt.
It's beautiful. Actually, I like NASA. That's good.
Yeah, we're
Got to
down
support
with
the
NASA.
team. Go
That's right.
Kennedy Space Center.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This was the other Space Center. So no.
We don't talk about that.
Forget the Kennedy
Parker.
Space
They
Center.
haven't.
This
They
is
haven't
the,
given to esports. All right.
Got to support the team, man. What are we doing? So you guys get to watch that game? Do you check it out? Or
I did. It all looked pretty good for Entity. The lanes went all right. Black was going off, had some sick errors up in through the tree lines, and it all started falling apart when I think it was TNC that like smoked up to defend their tier 2, and that team fight where like literally everybody died, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the team fight where Huskar lost all of the momentum.
Yeah.
And then the Slark got big enough for the Silver Edge, and the rest was history.
And it really is this momentum here where
Yeah.
you have a Husker, you can't hit that roadblock. You got to keep on going and keep on snowballing throughout the game. Didn't really happen. They did a great job early on, like Lumi said. I feel like the Slark was having such a rough time. He kept dying over and over again. It felt like the game could go Entity's way, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of the story in both games, right? They had a TA draft game 1. It started going well, and then boo.
Yeah.
And then this draft, they're like, all right, we'll try it again. They went with the Huskar. It definitely didn't even get as close to the TA draft. But great laning decisions, right? Saying the Wind Ranger mid changed a ton about that first, like, 3 levels of the matchup there. And delayed any sort of a snowball there for Pingvinchek.
Armel on the Slark ended up being a impressive performance, but the beginning of that game was brutal for him. He was like a roaming Slark, a Slark without a home for the first 10 minutes of that game, it felt like.
Yeah, but they got the space, right? It took so long for them to push mid because they were kind of behind just a little bit. Everyone except Hessa Joe. Hessa Joe was owning.
They did not make the Slardar look good.
I mean, his early game was good. No, he was making plays. He was behind the towers. He was diving towers.
I might be a Slardar hater, but
I think you are.
I don't
he had
think-
a better
yeah.
game than the last
I heard
Slardar.
you hating on him last game too, comparing him to that poor Sand King. Well, the poor Slardar game compared to the Sand King.
yes. I like Sand King a lot better. Give me a Sand King and get rid of the Slardar.
So Sand King's got the better stun, but Slaughter has damage amp, which I think is something undervalued
I
in
like
Dota.
Slardar more myself.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Epicenter. Like, that's a spell that gives you the ability to set up kills in that window when Slardar is like, hey, you know, if I don't hit this stun, I'm not really doing anything.
Yeah, but with Epicenter, you have a buddy, right?
Oh, well,
You
sure.
don't solo kill. So, Corrosive Haze, you have a buddy.
Yeah.
You blow people up.
I actually think the
That's-
damage you get from Epicenter is
true.
comparable to Corrosive Haze.
Yeah?
I don't know
Yeah,
about that.
you're
I
outvoted
don't know
here.
about that.
All right. I'm outvoted by the
think
experts.
Slardar doing Roshan is for me the big
That's
winner.
true.
Well,
Yeah,
sure.
that's
I mean,
easy.
yeah, that is the thing that he
Yeah.
does. I mean, we're all on the same
He's good at
page
it.
there.
He's good at that. You know, he does it and he does it
I think
well.
the difference for me as well is Sand King flash farms better. So if he has a slow early game or you fall behind, he can actually, okay, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to get my Blink Dagger. Slardar is like, hey, we're 15 minutes in. I've got 1,100 gold, and we're all waiting for me to get my Blink Dagger.
But you see what he did? He can fight early. He can go behind towers. He uses his little fish speed. He can create
True.
engagements without a Blink Dagger. And that's what Noya was doing.
That's true. He's not dumpster tier. I don't know. I'm not.
As much as I'm defending Slider, I will give Sand the edge end of the day in the 4 position role, particularly picked up early. And I think it's what you said. He can flash farm, but in doing so, he pushes out lanes. I think being able to push out lanes, particularly in that 4 position role, is super important, and Slider does not do that.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
That is true. All right. Well, I'm glad we're
Anyway.
on the same page here.
Thanks for that, guys.
Both the
That's
great
great.
heroes is what we're
Slardar versus Sand King. When are we going to get that in Bot TI? I think that's really
nice.
the.
We'll talk to Hotbid.
Well, we saw Sand King lost the first round. So
And I think
we're not
Slardar
gonna-
also lost the
we
first
can show
round.
match it. It's
yeah,
fine.
can we get a special exhibition match, the Battle of the Bottoms, Slardar versus Sand King?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Is
I
there a
guess you're
loser
in charge
bracket?
of this.
No loser bracket in Bot TI?
Look, if we're doing a loser bracket for 115 heroes, this is.
Did you not learn anything from watching ESL tournaments this year?
No, you won't.
Yeah,
have-
single
gonna have
limbs
loser
out,
bracket,
Lumi.
man.
Yeah, you got the best of 3s right. Don't
Right.
blow it without the losers
Yeah.
right. You know, single limb, not cool.
We'll add in the losers interview as well.
Perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
That sounds great. So up next, TNC Tigers versus Fnatic. Boys, I lied yesterday on the panel. I realized I actually have Fnatic and Tigers as my top 2. I
nice.
thought I had Predator. I think I got
Me
them
and you both.
confused when I was putting them in my compendium. So I'm officially rooting for Tigers when it comes to the 2 TNCs now, because I have to for the sake of my compendium.
Okay.
But I just wanted to clear the air on that. My apologies.
Been
Accepted.
misleading us from the
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. So how do we feel about this matchup, though? Tigers, Fnatic. Obviously, Tigers had a better score in the group stage. They looked a little bit better. They are the 2nd seed above Fnatic, who are the 3rd seed. Thoughts?
You know, the key thing for me is that Fnatic lost to Global Sterling Dragon. Or is it Sterling Global Dragon?
The Sterling Global Dragons, a
Yeah.
SGD, baby.
The only win that they had was against Fnatic.
That's,
That
that
says
it
it
all.
all.
I mean,
That's
that's-
Fnatic, though.
That's Fnatic.
That's how you know they're in the
They-
right mindset.
With that
Yeah.
said, I will never bet against Fnatic because you just don't know. Like, if it's VP playing Fnatic, I would not bet against Fnatic. I feel like on a good day, they could beat anybody. Whether this is a good day or not, I have no idea.
That's what we'll have to find out when we come back for that. So that should be getting started relatively soon.
Yeah, I was just going to see if there is a lobby up for us to check out.
Oh,
And it
there
looks
is
like there
lobby.
is.
Is
We're
that
already
you two?
7
on
out
that?
of 10.
I don't know.
Is that right?
I think I'm done casting.
Or what?
Oh,
what
it's
is the, what's the official?
Andrew and I are officially
Officially.
slated to
All right, perfect.
see.
So I guess then we'll go to a quick breather here.
Yep.
We'll get set up for that, and then we'll come on back. So
Okay.
stay tuned. Fnatic, Tigers, RAR, all right here. BTS1.